This is our weekend edition, and as you know by now, if you've been following the weekend editions, you go to onebaptist.org/devotional. You'll see today, Saturday, I should say, what you'll see is a reflection, which goes back and kind of gives us an overview of the things we've looked at over this past week. And then Sunday gives us preparation, preparing us for what the Devo and what our Bible reading is going to give us next week. I'm sure you saw the header and you saw what happens when life throws you a curveball. I love pitching. It's what I did most of my life. I would dare say I tore my rotator cuff, and I look back now, probably the will of God, I might not would be doing what I'm doing now had that not happened in my life. But I pitched most of my life, and now I coach pitching as well. I can remember getting at that age when all of a sudden I was going to throw junk. It was time to start learning to throw some curveball and some other things, which all probably contributed to that whole rotator cuff thing. But nonetheless, we started throwing some junk. The straight down the middle pitches just seemed to be too easy. People had gotten acclimated to it. So we learned how to throw different balls. I remember the curve balls. We would have a fast curve ball. It's where you'd hold the ball like you would normally hold one for perhaps a fastball, but you would just throw it fast and yet the same twist. A slow curve, I would hold it the same way I would hold a regular curve ball, and yet when I would throw it, I would put a little bit slower spin on it as it would go. I remember having the what we call a drop ball, which would, again, same grip, but yet we would throw it this way and the rotation would go that way and it would drop on a batter. You just held it regular and you throw it fast. You'd have a screwball that would go in on the right-handed hitters, and then of course there's a slider that goes the other way. All that said, when curveball time came, it was fun to pitch. Boy, it got tough to hit. And the reality is, why would I ever choose to try to change speeds as a pitcher? And why would anybody ever choose to change speeds or change direction as being pitched to? And the reasons for all of that, of course, was to try to overcome that one that was in the box. You know, life is not always a fastball, straight down the middle, is it? No. Oftentimes we'll kind of get used to the pattern we are on life, and then here comes a curve. Here comes a change of speed, a change of direction. When I was pitching, I would approach that because obviously I wanted them to succumb to what I was going to do. I wanted to strike them out, right? And yet what we see time and again in life is that the devil would like to strike us out. You know what I found out as a hitter and really as a pitcher? I found this out as a hitter for sure, that the only way to combat the curveballs that came my way was to stay in the box. I knew if I was a pitcher and I could get that batter to bail when he saw a different spin or something come his way different than what he had seen before, I knew if I could get him to bail, I knew I had him out. And I knew then, therefore, I could accomplish my will in the game. I want to bring reflection to that. Because again, as a hitter, what I found is if I would just dig my feet in and I'd go ahead and go at the pitcher the way the pitcher was coming at me, and I would just stay in the box, I could eventually hit that thing. When I ceased to be intimidated by the junk thrown at me, I became able to hit the junk and go ahead and persevere in the game. I think you know where I'm headed with all this. When the devil loads up and starts throwing you some junk, when the devil starts throwing you some curveballs, he's doing it to try to get you out of the game. He's doing it to try to get you out. He's doing it to try to get you to bail. But hey man, just let the Lord hold the other side of the bat, because he's never had a pitch that Satan's thrown that he can't hit the ball. God bless.